I've got Glory of the Giants, and I thought you might want to look inside in case you want to buy it. I have to say this is a book that I think is well put together. Going through the contents, Diane Castra seems very significant, something to do with the gods. Character creation with only one subclass option this time. Bonus feats, there's the foundling and there's the rune carver in backgrounds. Feats and feat descriptions. Giants in play. About role-playing, all the details about them, about the ordning, social structures, organisations, onto encounters. There's lots of roll tables, I'll say that for it. Giant enclaves. Then we have actual maps, which could prove to be very useful. As I say, quite a lot of maps. Treasures. What do you find in a giant hoard? Nice touch. And then the bestiary of some interesting monsters, I must say. A page of concept art and finishing on adventure hooks, which again is a nice touch. So Bigby starts off telling us about his various encounters with Diane Castra, who is no less than a daughter of Anan, the Allfather of the Giants. And so not only does Bigby get little pieces of text, so does Diane Castra. The book opens talking about Anam and the Giants. Talks about the types of giants, how giants differ in the different settings. Some lovely runic symbols which I think could be used in a campaign very well. As we said, character creation just does barbarian, path of the giant. Backgrounds, giant foundling, very much a thrower of things, and a rune carver, who put down runes instead of spell scrolls, I suppose. They just write the glyphs on stones and cast from that. So roll tables of birthplaces and hometowns, giants trinkets list, elemental marks, underground quirks, tall tales. You stumbled into a giant castle in the sky when you were younger, but no one believed your story. You aim to prove them wrong. Feats, keenness of the stone giant, rune shaper, strike of the giant, vigor of the hill giant. Then more for the dungeon master, role-playing giants. A roll table of huge behaviours. The giant has a pet. A panther, a wolf or a giant weasel that sits on the giant's lap or shoulder. Nice little bit of detail there. Lifespans, because they all age differently. Ancient behaviours. Proud behaviours. Loud behaviours. Giants' names. You'll notice these giant names by kind as well. Adventure hooks for the different kinds of giants. Giants who rejected the ordning. Lots and lots of adventure hooks. Then it goes into the actual encounters themselves. So we've got a roll table for cloud giant encounters. Let's look at them before. One cloud giant destiny gambler conferring with one mage. Or 2d4 Goliath giantkin trying to retrieve an owlbear on a rampage after running away from its giant owner. Shadowfell giant, elemental giants, giant construct encounters, fiendish encounters, megafauna world encounters. I mean, they've done every little thing you could think of, really. More and more adventure hooks of different types. World-shaking events, that's more of a big campaign style. Giant enclaves themselves. So this is, you get lovely maps, Anam's Cradle, Ashen Grotto, Dreamer's Reach, Endless Rock Slide, and it goes on and on and on. I was worried this would take up too much, but I think there is a nice amount, but there is more stuff to be found. Hordes, cloud giant bag items. So again, they specify what type of giant and tell you what could be found in their hordes. Goes through all the different types, relics and magic items, helm of perfect potential, longbow of healing hearth, something called a thunderbuss, a pistol, very rare. It requires no ammunition. Its damage is thunder instead of piercing. It doesn't have the loading property. Yikes. Now I'm going to pull out some of the bestiary monsters for their own little video, but let's look. Bag jelly, I did a short about that. The Barrowgast, Cainwright, Cinder Hulk, two Cloud Giant stats, Death Giant Shrouded one, Death Giant Reaper. Again, these love the Raven Queen, which is quite a nice touch. Dinosaurs, for whatever reason, I'm not exactly sure yet. Dust Hulk. Echo of Demigorgon. It's a large fiend. Now a lot of these monsters seem to have bonus actions as well as attacks. A list of bonus actions which make them quite formidable. Fenciers, Furbolgs. It's about time we had some new Furbolgs. Furbolg Wanderer, Fire Gaunt up there. Some more different fire giants. Fire Helion, Flesh Colossus, Gargantuan Construct. Fomorians, Frostmourne, this is the AI art which made people see this had been doctored by AI. Gargantua, then some giant animals. Giant goose, giant lynx, giant ram, giant ox. These can also be used as pets of giants. Goliath Giant Kin. Yeah, there's some really good ones, but then we get onto scions and cradles. Cradles are their own monster stat block, and they're the houses, the nests, the chrysalis in which giants live. And you have to kill the nest, which has its own action, before the actual giant itself is then the target. So it's a two-stage fight. The cradle and then the scion. And it goes on, cradle and scion, all different types. And then we have some art, and finally adventure hooks, which relate back to where you can find the information for that. Nice! So that's just a quick one, showing you inside. I think it's a really good purchase. Got loads of usable stuff in there. I'll go into further detail with some specific bits in another video. Thanks for watching, and see you later.